welcome to the kitchen show. Craig Ventresco, pictured left, and I play a discrete set of music here in our kitchen in San Francisco every day. And we live stream it on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram makes everybody stream vertically, including us. Craig Ventresco and I play at 8 p.m. every day except Fridays and Sundays. That is 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time -7, as we are in Pacific Standard Daylight Savings time here in San Francisco this time of year. Day of the week is Saturday. I hope that helps. Craig Ventresco and I play songs from the 1890s through the 1930s.
The original Dixieland one step.
Happy Saturday evening, Meredith Craig Kitchen commentators, and all the ships at sea. Craig has the fever. Yes. My mama told me, Papa told me too. You're mine, sweet baby, no matter what you do. And the boys all told me when I was just a girl. Don't you be no sowback, be a sweet, loving old soul. I wanna be a sweet, loving, a sweet, loving, a sweet, loving old soul. A sweet, loving, a sweet, loving old soul. Don't wanna be no sowback, be a sweet, loving old soul. Let me be your sidetrack till your main line comes. Do more switching than your main line's ever done. Let me be your teddy until your big bear comes. Don't you tell your big bear what your teddy has done. I'm gonna be a loving, a sweet loving, sweet loving old soul. Sweet loving, a sweet loving old soul. Don't wanna be no sowback, be a sweet loving old soul. Mama told me, Papa told me too. You're mine, sweet baby, no matter what you do. The boys all told me when I was just a girl. Don't you be no sowback, be a sweet, loving old soul. I'm gonna be loving, sweet loving, sweet loving old soul. I'm gonna be a sweet loving old soul. Ain't gonna be no sowback, be a sweet loving old soul. I'm gonna be loving, sweet loving, sweet loving old soul. A sweet loving, sweet loving old soul. Ain't gonna be no sowback, be a sweet loving old soul. That sweet loving old soul.
Thank you for tuning in tonight, you guys.
Thought that was the lady number 2. Well, thanks for your nice comments, Alan. I want to put her voice in a mason jar, label it Moon Honey, and sip on it. And remember, I'm a man. Dr. Perry Falls says, it's been so long, hope you're well. Thank you, hope you're well. I'd say we're basically well. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, I'm saying that's where she sits all day. Boys, have you ever seen Medina? She got thrown out of Carolina. She's just as lazy as a girl can be. That's where she sits all day. First time I met her, it was at a church bazaar. I asked her if she'd be my little lawn bar. She said she'd have to get permission from her pa. Papa said she'd only be too glad. Hark those bells, hark those bells. I should like to draw your notice to those bells. My gal is not a shy gal, but she's a fly gal, knows what she's at. Listen to the mockingbird. He gets half a crown a week for doing that. I know as well as you know. Perhaps you don't know, perhaps you might. That's where she sits all day. I'd like to find out where she sits at night. My gal is very fascinating. I don't believe in overrating. In the junk department of the public house, that's where she sits all day. She used to be up every morning with the lark, go picking fiber in her father's private park. One day she started picking pockets for a lark. Now she's picking oakum for a change. Hark those bells, hark those bells. I'm inclined to think those bells want lots of harking. My gal is not a shy gal, but she's a fly gal, knows what she's at. Listen to the mockingbird. He gets half a crown a week for doing that. Might, as well as you know. Perhaps you don't know, perhaps you might. That's where she sits all day. I'd like to find out where she sits at night. She'll be my wife if I persuade her. I very often serenade her. When we are mentioned by a friend, that's where she sits all day. When we are married, I intend to have a spree. I'll ask the Coleman and the chimney sweep to tea. They'll bring the banjos and she'll kid herself, you see, that she's in her Carolina home. Hark those bells, hark those bells. I shall punch you on the nose when I come off. My gal is not a shy gal, but she's a fly gal, knows what she's at. Listen to the mockingbird. He gets half a crown a week for doing that. You know as well as I know. Perhaps you don't know, perhaps you might. That's where she sits all day. I'd like to find out where she sits at night. My gal is not a shy gal, but she's a fly gal, knows what she's at. Listen to the mockingbird. He gets half a crown a week for doing that. You know as well as I know. Perhaps you don't know, perhaps you might. That's where she sits all day. I'd like to think of where she sits at night. I'd like to find out where she sits at night. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a weird song. It's like the person singing it is fascinated with this, like, apparently this kind of like low-life woman who spends all her time in drinking in the bar, and then she goes to jail for picking pockets. Like, it's a strange song.
I went to see a Shakespeare show at an opera house about a week ago, and since that night I've never been the same. 'Twas a dreamy, dopey, sad affair of a gent with disappointed hair. The program stated Hamlet was his name. He seemed to be asleep and looking for a cot. When he said to be or not to be, I felt like shouting not, 'cause Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. I tried to laugh a little, but there wasn't any chance. He didn't sing a song or even do a funny dance. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Why, he wouldn't give mead oil a pain. He was icy and frappéd as a Boston college maid. Oh, Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. He had the greatest chance, you see, to introduce a specialty. I felt like yelling, Ham, it's up to you. For instance, in the graveyard scene, to keep poor Yorick's memory green, a verse of Mr. Dooley-Ooley-Oo. He picked up Yorick's skull and said, I well knew thee. And just then the band began to play, I'm T-I-R-E-D. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. He looked just like a fellow who had trouble with his wife, or a Brooklyn man that pushed a baby carriage all his life. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. No wonder poor Ophelia went insane. Perhaps was salary day, but he didn't draw his pay. Oh, Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. Why, he looked just like a fellow who had trouble with his wife, or a Brooklyn man who pushed a baby carriage all his life. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. No wonder poor Ophelia went insane. Perhaps 'twas salary day and he didn't get his pay. Hamlet was a melancholy Dane.
Nice. That's called Hamlet was a melancholy Dane. That's great. Wow. From this valley they say you are going. We shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For you take with you all of the sunshine that has brightened our days for a while. Then come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to meet me with you. The Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true. For a long time, my darling, I've waited for the sweet words you never would say. But alas, all my fond hopes have vanished, and the lips say you're going away. Will you think of the valley you're leaving? Oh, how lonely, how dreary it will be. Do you think of the kind hearts you're grieving and the pain you are causing to me? I have promised you, darling, that never will
lest the past with its joys all be blighted by a future of sorrow and pain. Lest the vows that were spoken be slighted, hoping you could love me again. There could never be such a longing in the heart of a poor cowboy's breast as dwells in this heart you are breaking, while I wait in my home in the west. Then come sit by my side if you love me, but hasten to bid me adieu. But remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true.
That's Red River Valley. Whoops. Oh, man. That's Red River Valley. Well done.
Harmony Mose.
Harmony Mose. All right.
by Carrie Mills.
My thoughts go back to a heavenly dance, the moment of bliss we spent. Hearts were filled with a song of romance, as into the night we went, and sang to our heart's content. The song is ended, but the melody lingers on. You and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on. The night was splendid, but the melody seemed to say, summer will pass away. Take your happiness where you may. Beneath the light of the moon, we sang a love song that ended too soon. The moon descended, but I found at the break of dawn. You and the song had gone, but the melody lingers on. The song is ended, but the melody lingers on. You and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on. The night was splendid, and the melody seemed to say, summer will pass away. Take your happiness while you may. Beneath the light of the moon, sing a love song that ended too soon. The moon descended, and I found at the break of dawn. You and the song had gone, but the melody lingers on. My thoughts go back to a heavenly dance, moment of bliss we spent. Our hearts were filled with a song of romance, as into the night we went. The song, oh, you're right, sorry, sang to our heart's content. The song has ended, but the melody lingers on. You and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on. The night was splendid, and the melody seemed to say, summer will pass away. Take your happiness while you may. Keep the light of the moon, sang a love song that ended too soon. The moon descended, and I found with the break of day and dawn, you and the song were gone. They lingered on. The song is ended, but the melody lingers on. You and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on. The night was splendid, and I found with the break of day. Summer will pass away. Take your happiness while you may. Beneath the light of the moon, sang a love song that ended too soon. The moon descended, and I found with the break of day. You and the song were gone, but the melody lingers.
song is ended, and I think it's written by our very own Irving Berlin, who's here in this kitchen right now with us. Surprise! And we're bringing him out in just a second.
Miss Liza and her Ephraim went to a Shakespeare show. She'd never seen a tragedy before. The star was called a jealous Moor, but she said that don't go. He's just some actor man and nothing more. But when he started into act, her eyes began to bulge and her heart began to beat just like a drum. Then turning to that fellow, she said, I'm for that Othello. When that man loves you, bet he's loving some. I'd just like to meet a man like Mr. Othello. He was the fellow Desdemona loved so true. The way that man does get to me sends a thrill right through me. So I'm sorry for ya, Ephraim, but you won't do. I just wanna meet a man like Mr. Othello. He was the fellow Desdemona loved so true. The way that man does get to me sends a thrill through and through me. So I'm sorry for ya, Ephraim, but you won't do. At last her old friend Ephraim came back one stormy night, and he said, I know what you've been looking for. He walked straight up to Liza and reached out with his right, and from her head removed her pompadour. And when he yanked her round the room and clocked her with a pillow, she looked into his face and laughed with glee. Then crying, now I found him, threw her chubby arms around him and sweetly murmured, you're the man for me. For I just had to meet a man like Mr. Othello. That was the fellow Desdemona loved so through. The way that man did get to me sent a thrill right through me. But he's just a piker, Ephraim, compared to you. I just had to meet a man like Mr. Othello. That was the fellow Desdemona loved so true. The way that man did get to me sent a thrill right through me. But he's just a piker, Ephraim, compared to you.
Nice.
Mr. Othello.
I love that. That's cool. When Mr. Shakespeare comes to town is requested. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah. I guess, do I have any Shakespeare songs? To be or not to be. I just sang that though.
You son of a gun, look what you've done to me. You came around, made me love you. I love you more each day, every day, in every way. Oh, you son of a gun, look what you've done gun. Oh, 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 you son of a gun, you son of a gun. Look what you've done to me. Played around, made me love you. I love you more and more every day in every way. Oh, 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 you son of a gun, you little son of a gun. Look what you've done to me. With your ways like a baby, you drive me crazy. Oh, 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 you son of a gun.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson said to Mandy Snow, would you like to go to a minstrel show? But Mandy said, well, I don't know, with a mighty haughty air. Those minstrel shows don't make no sense. It's just like wasting your 50 cents. With such affairs they should dispense. Only common folks go there. Jim Jackson, he turned red. You're rather high-toned, he said. Well, perhaps I am, and be it so. I don't have to go to a minstrel show. I don't like those minstrel jokes. I don't care for those men folks. I have no use for the musical notes. I don't like the circus clown. Mr. Johnson, I'll tell you what to do. Save all your money, every solitary sou. And I promise like a baby that I'll go along with you when Mr. Shakespeare comes to town. I don't like those minstrel folks, and I don't care for the end men's jokes. I have no use for the musical mokes. I don't like the circus clown. Mr. Johnson, I'll tell you what to do. Save all your money, every solitary sou. And I promise like a lady that I'll go along with you when Mr. Shakespeare comes to town. A play that's called Macbeth. My brother Seth got scared to death. It almost took away his breath, and he fainted right on the floor. When that Shakespeare man comes round, well, you have to chase me right to the ground. Out in front I'm always found, 'cause he's the man that I adore. I like a play that's good. I'm very fond of N.S. Wood. So Mr. Johnson, save your dough for a Shakespeare show, and then I'll go, 'cause I don't like those minstrel folks, and I doesn't care for the end-men jokes. I have no use for the musical mokes, and I don't like the circus clown. Mr. Johnson, I'll tell you what to do. Save all your money, every solitary sou, and I promise like a lady that I'll go along with you when Mr. Shakespeare comes to town. musical mokes, and I don't like a circus clown. Mr. Johnson, I'll tell you what to do. Save all your money, every solitary sou, and I promise, like a lady, that I'll go along with you when Mr. Shakespeare comes to town. There's a lot of songs about stuff related to Shakespeare plays. I remembered another one just now.
What did you just remember? Let's do it. Let me
I have never tried it before.
tell everybody thank you and we love you. We'll see you like on Monday and thank you so much for your ongoing support. We've been doing this 5 years. I forgot to announce that we're celebrating our 5 years every day. We're celebrating every day that we've done this for 5 years, and it's so wonderful that we've been able to share this with you. And thanks of course for your support, and thanks of course for your tips. If you tip us on PayPal, don't enable purchase protection because there ain't no purchase to protect.
I don't know if I can get through it.
And we thank you. Yeah, you can think about it while I just like hang out and
A troupe of actors once were playing Othello through the West. They were advertised to play one night in a town called Eagle's Nest. When Othello's picture was put up with his it is a sin. You know what, I got that wrong. I might have to wait and learn it. Let's see. A troupe of actors once were playing Othello through the West. They were advertised to play one night in a town called Eagle's Nest. When Othello's picture was put up, you know it was a sin. The people thought it was a minstrel show, and they all began to grin. When Othello went out on the stage, while the crowd began to shout, they wanted to hear a funny joke, but instead he began to spout. A wild man named Bronco Bill got mad and drew his gun, and pointing at Othello said, "Look here 1 minute, son. It's got to be a minstrel show tonight. Do some ragtime steps and do them right. At the old time man, wanna creep. I wanna hear that fella sing his cradle in the deep, or else this show will end up in a fight. We came here 'cause the minstrels advertise. We wanna hear a cakewalk done tonight. We wanna hear the cooking sound so sweet, and the joke about the chicken that crosses the street. It's gotta be a minstrel show tonight." Othello said, "My business is just acting, if you please." And then someone yelled, "It's not a business, it's only a disease." And then a case of eggs they presented him, which would have been real fine. The only trouble was the case of eggs. He received one at a time. When the eggs all broke upon his clothes, it made him look just like a freak. And then someone yelled, "Look, he's engaged, he's got a yellow streak." Othello said, "This is the winter of my discontent." But the crowd all yelled, "We wanna run for the money we have spent. It's got to be a minstrel show tonight. Do some ragtime steps and do them right. And the funny men, we wanna creep, we wanna hear that fella sing his cradle in the deep, or else this show will end up in a fight. We came here 'cause the minstrels advertise. We wanna hear a cakewalk done tonight. We wanna hear the chicken sound so sweet, and the book about the chicken that crosses the street. It's gotta be a minstrel show tonight. We wanna see a minstrel show tonight. some ragtime steps and do them right. At the funny men we wanna greet, we wanna hear that fella sing Rock Cradle in the Deep, or else this show will end up in a fight. We wanna see the minstrels advertised. We wanna hear a cakewalk done tonight. We wanna hear the fellows sing so sweet, and the joke about the chicken that crosses the street. It's gotta be a minstrel show tonight.
Wow, would have loved one more chance at that.
I wonder all the day if I'm right when I say there's a little girl who I love as my own. I've had a lot of pals and I've had a lot of gals, but she's the one alone to whom my love I show. It sets my heart a-twitchin' when with her eyes bewitchin' she looks at me as if to say she's mine. Perhaps I stand no chance, maybe I'm in a trance, but I just can't help from telling her each time. Pretty Desdemona, I want you for my own, and never will I roam away from you. Your eyes so captivating, they just want to keep me waiting, and I want you for my own, sweet Desdemona. Pretty Desdemona, I want you for my own. Never will I roam away from you. Well, your eyes so captivating, they just keep me here a-waiting, for I want you for my own, a sweet Desdemona. Seems almost too good to think she ever would be mine alone for mile and evermore. If she was the gal of all of my pals, now why can't all the boys leave me with my joy? My poor brain, it's raving, for her heart it is craven, and y'all know how it is to feel that way. I can't tell how I feel, my love for her's so real, and that's why I always sing to her each day. Pretty Desdemona, I want you for my own, and never will I roam away from you. Your eyes so captivating, well, they keep me here a-waiting, and I want you for my own, sweet Desdemona. A pretty Desdemona, I want you for my own, and never will I roam away from you. Your eyes so captivating, they just keep me here a-waiting, and I want you for my own, sweet Desdemona.
when the show is supposed to be over, Craig comes so alive. Doesn't he?